Okay, testing, testing. Okay, testing. Mic's a bit loud. Okay, folks. Welcome. My name is Commander Kraise. Welcome to Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader, where Warhammer 40K meets XCOM. So, I'm a massive fan of Warhammer. I'm a massive fan of XCOM. Let's get this. Right, so I've been through all this. It's fine. I've increased the font size slightly for you guys. This is going to have an awful lot of dialogue, and I may not read all of it. I may just summarize. Okay. Okay. I've also got my rum and coke. So, let's talk about Rogue Trader. So, what is a Rogue Trader? Now, in the Warhammer 40k universe, you know, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. You've got a certain sector, the Koronus Expanse, that is on the fringes of the wide empire. Very rarely traveled because it's so dangerous. You know, bombarded on all sides by warp storms. And a rogue trader is someone that lives within, or at least works within, the confines of the Koronus Expanse. They generally tend to have an awful lot of prestige. They tend to have an awful lot of clout. A lot of the rules that apply to others don't apply to these guys. They can get away with an awful lot. Grease the right palms. Some of them, they come in all shapes and sizes. Are you starting with a build in mind? Yes. So, the thing about rogue traders in this sort of setting, they're very entitled. They are the sort of top echelons of society. The cheapest commodity in the Warhammer universe is human life, and so I'm going to try and stick to form to have someone that's generally, you know, what I want goes, and it doesn't matter what I have to do to do. That being said, I will always weigh the risks, no need being stupidly vicious. So yeah, you only get one custom character, which is your own. The main story. So take up the mantle of rogue trader, a scion on an ancient dynasty of daring privateers. Yeah, so pirates, trader moguls, corporation heads, ex-military governors, all sorts. Psykers on the run, that sort of thing. So daring privateers that reign over their trade protectorate and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over their bloodlines of von Valancius as it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks and without countless enemies. As countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of the Shadow Protectorate and forge a new path for von Valancius dynasty. Currently finding yourself in a vortex of wars, intrigue, calamities, heresy. The stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifyingly powerful and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Koronus Expanse. So the sorts of enemies that live in the Koronus Expanse, you can expect to find Eldar, orcs. There's an awful lot of the Koronus Expanse that has not been explored, so you're likely to find Necrons, maybe even xenos like the the Tyranids, things like that. Difficulty. Yeah, we'll go normal for now. I mean, if this does do well, I will, I'll do multiple Caesars, but we'll see. So, custom character. Now, male or female? Oh, we want someone quite pompous looking. He's cool. She's very cool. I really like her. I like him as well. He's cool. I want someone really highbrow, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I love the portraits as well. They're amazing. That guy's quite cool, but he's ex-officer. He's very bureaucratic. Looks like a leader. Yeah, I like him. He's got his own little servitor. Yeah, okay. So it's either that guy or that guy. That guy's a bit younger. I might go chick, you know. Very regal. Wouldn't be out on the field killing enemies, though. Do you know what I mean? Could go this guy. Number 2. So it's number 2. Number 14. That guy looks cool. Very piratey. Don't want the pirate. I'm a leader. You will follow me and do what I say. Yeah, I think I'm digging this chick. He looks more of the setting. Do you know what I mean? Alright, we'll go with this guy. Screw it. And... okay. So you choose your upbringing. So we want to go an Imperial world for humanity's finest. Yeah, I do like her. Yeah, do you know what? You're right, I'm going to choose her. And so, Imperial world is one of a million planets united by belief in the immortal God Emperor. Hailing from hyper-technological societies to grimy feudal populations, the inhabitants of countless worlds offer fealty and devotion to the Master of Humanity and the Imperial Creed, espoused by his servants. The designation Imperial world encompasses a vast array of wholly dissimilar worlds that are nevertheless part of the Imperium. So, here's the thing, right? Rogue traders generally tend to, for the most part, unless they're running away or they're just outright criminals, generally tend to follow the doctrines of the Imperium, so Imperial law, and they generally have quite good relationships with whoever the rulers of whatever planets they're trading. And so, and again, they, you know, get a lot of privilege. They generally self-entitled, always the leader, never the follower sort of thing, you know. And so I thought I would base my character and my abilities on the squad that I'm going to be taking out with me. Yeah, so, right, you do that, here's a bonus, you kill him, he's, you know, that's that sort of thing. So, humanity's finest. Imperial world characters can select any characteristic and add a +10 bonus. Fine. The following features will be available after Origin Advancement. Ready to serve. When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability, or effects to an ally with such an ability, their resolve is increased by 2 for 1 round. Fine. While under 40% wounds, Imperial World characters gain plus 10 bonus to all characteristics and resolve. Nice. So the more you get hurt, you better. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Think not a politician, but the people that tell politicians what to do and give them lots of money to do it. Those sorts of people. They're rogue traders. Absolutely, they are rogue traders. If no other character in the current party has the same archetype as this character, the first use of abilities is -1 AP. Oh, hell yeah. So if we are the only leader, we get more AP. Perfect. All allies, including xenos in the current bounty game, +5. Excluding. Okay. Imperial World characters gain +10 critical hit chance and +10 armor against xenos and demonic creatures. No heresy. However, Imperial World characters' law and warp are always 0. Okay. Rogue trader version of Spectrus from... yeah. Maybe intelligence? Perception? No, there's going to be lots of people with perception. We'll go intelligence. And we're going noble. You serve me. The noble assigns one ally who will become their servant until the end of the combat. At one time the noble's abilities affect the servant gains +5 to all characteristics until the start of the noble's next turn. Anytime the servant attacks the target that the noble... anytime the servant attacks their target that the noble dealt damage to, the servant gains +10 critical hit and fail bonus. Can only be used once per combat. Okay, cool. But that's pretty good. So you go do something, protect me, you kill it, you go on, you are next. If the servant has less than 30% maximum wounds, never can use you serve me once more in battle. Oh, cool, okay. We'll get to go through all this sort of stuff. So, Apex of Brilliance, Triumph. You are strong, presence and persuasive stops a feudal war between neighbouring systems. Persuasion, yes, absolutely. Mind you, what are the other choices? Commerce, coercion. Coercion! That sounds better. This ship is affected by the Fellowship characteristic. It represents a character's talent to manipulate... Oh, wait. So... So actually, he needs more Fellowship. Perfect. Yeah, we go Persuasion. So, Darkest Hour. Not shame. You were kidnapped for ransom, and your captors mistreated you until the moment you were released. Alright. Yeah, it does seem like a Fellowship-based class. Yeah. So, we're going... Yeah, finest hour. So you basically officer grants ally an extra turn. So basically, this guy is essentially a support character, much like the he's going to be like the officer class in XCOM, ish. That sort of build way round sort of thing. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve combat abilities of their allies. So yeah, it didn't. Yeah, okay. Whoops. Yeah, so we go officer. Okay, so the way that this bonus system works, if you've got, so it works on a D100 system, yeah? But these skill, when they're pulling out what skills you are, it's always the 4, not the 45, yeah? So this won't go up to, it won't have any effect from 40 to 50. So rolls the dice times your fellowship skill, it'll times the dice by just the 4, just the 3, until I get to the 5, yeah? Weapon skill, no. So that can go up. Intelligence, so I've got 20 points. I do want some sort of weapon skill. Add 5 points to characteristics 2. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's a decimal system for upgrading skills. Yeah. So the weapon skill reflects the character's competence in all forms. Ah, close. No, I want that for now. Perfect. Gracious glory. So, yeah, so equipment does add a lot of modifiers. There's an awful lot of loot in this game. Yeah, absolutely. So, not only is there XCOM type fighting, between people, there's also XCOM type fighting in spaceship battles as well. And you trade, and there's all sorts of different things. We'll get into all of that. So, class frigates, combat ship design, proven in thousands of battles, obviously. I love it. It looks really good. Combining decent firepower, higher speed, and survivability. Blah blah. The Von Valentius flagship is the mightiest warship belonging to the Von Valentius dynasty. Every system on board of the frigate has been tried and tested in innumerable engagements. Weapons and turrets deliver hard-hitting volleys with pinpoint accuracy. We'll see about that. Its plasma drives are rugged yet reliable in extreme conditions. The flagship size maneuverabilities are perfect for pursuing smaller, faster raiders, for hunting countless pirate xenos and heretics in the Koronus Expanse. So Chaos and Eldar mostly. Numerous Von Valentius rogue traders have acknowledged the exceptional performance of this vessel. Yeah, fine. No. Perfect. The officer forces an ally to fully push themselves, increasing their characteristics by +5, +2 officer's fail bonus. Ah, right, okay, +2 for every officer's. Yeah, fine, okay. Additionally, all the officer's abilities. Okay, we'll look at this later. You forgot to add Hull to Glory. Yeah, I thought Matt would like that one. Servitors. Love the music. So Warhammer.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Truly. Do you have a particular reason for disturbing me? Okay, so you're in dialogue here. You can learn more about your current events, influence the character you're speaking to, or even alter the course of the game's narrative. Your character's personal story depends on dialogue. Yeah, okay. No, we'll keep the tutorials just in case something handy does come up. So, how am I going to reply to this guy? Who is he? Can I move the camera? Oh, I can. All this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, is enough to know. Okay, we'll go with truly awe-inspiring.
That is the purpose of all temples of the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity.
Can you guys hear the dialogue okay? So, the thing about the God Emperor, okay, he's the Emperor of Man. He was around, or should I say, ceased to be sort of living around 10,000 years ago after the Horus Heresy, where a number of the Astartes factions, the Astartes chapters rebelled against the God Emperor. There was a big fight, and the Emperor of Man was wounded and put into what they call the Golden Throne, and so he's sort of alive, not, and sort of not. But the faith in the God Emperor for everybody else in the Imperium is basically like a shield against the forces of chaos. So the more you believe in the God Emperor, the safer you are against the temptations and the forces of chaos, that sort of thing. That's how faith works in this. Voice acting you can't hear. Okay, let me turn it up then. That should be better. So the purpose of all temples of the God Emperor to inspire awe and reverence for the duty. It is the duty of the servants to persevere in the tireless service until they are presented a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Yeah, as I said, life is cheap in this world.
To introduce myself, Conrad Voigtfair, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
I have no Master of Whispers. Duchess Hazel Grace Arias von... you may call me Your Grace.
My deepest respects to you, Your Grace. A noble of the Imperium. It's been a long time since Providence last brought such eminent guests aboard this vessel.
Smiles faintly, but you are not sure it is directed at you. You can hover over your cursor to highlighted words to learn more about them. The galaxy expanding interstellar human. Oh, wow, okay, that's cool. So you got the entire encyclopedia. Yeah, I'm totally not going to do that.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Let me see if I can sort that. So it's muffled, you say? Okay. Let's try that. So your fate changed. Now you serve Lord Captain Theodora van Valencius and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor. Tell me about the one whose ship I found myself. You say I am one of the rogue trader's heirs, so there is another candidate.
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Yeah, let's just get to the point.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord's Captain and Master Egelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Okay, so here's the UI. Move your character by clicking the left mouse button. Yeah. Rumors and contracts, we'll get to that later. Okay, interactable objects. Doors. Identify. A massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood. Okay. F centers the camera, and you can only move the screen by keyboard. Candlelit alter the copy of the 2348th edition of the Lex Imperialis. Yeah, basically the code of law. Saving. The character details aren't quite as...
Von Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Oh, you've got live streaming ads. Oh, Jesus. I have no control over that anymore.
What's happening?
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
To survive the grim darkness of our future, you have to face enemies of all kinds. Yep. Click on the top of the screen to start the battle. Okay. Yeah, wow. Turn-based, take place on the grid. Okay. Movement points determine one MP corresponds to one cell of the battlefield. Moving diagonally is more costly. Every second diagonal cell uses 2 MP. At the beginning of each turn, movement points are restored to their maximum value. Note that once a character starts moving, this action can no longer be cancelled. So, like XCOM, you press the button, you're moving, that's it. Get into cover. To make attacks and ability, yeah. So you just click single shot. Certain abilities in the game are considered attacks, actions, and can only be used once per turn unless affected by specific talents. A character performs an act. Yeah, fine. Okay, so she can only do the one. Okay. So, I don't... Oh, I've got a pistol. Damn it. Is that it? She done? Characters with melee weapons block adjacent. Oh, okay.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Spread out. No one's allowed to enter the premises.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Gives me a curt bow and off he goes. Open the map using M. So at the end of the corridor, so there, I guess. Is there anything to pick up? Wires on the services head are still smouldering. It would seem the cause of the malfunction was short-circuiting of the motor force. Okay, so can we use any of these things? Yeah, you can't loot that one, unfortunately. At least I don't think so. Yeah, it's despawned anyway. Yeah, can't do it. You can usually, but obviously not in this case. And also, like in Solasta, as an example, if you do loot one corpse, it gives you the loot for all of the corpses nearby. Gotta love the scenery. The Grand Voidship Temple occupies the entire space below with the officer's deck and is lit by countless candles and lumens. So... Journal. Oh, that's comrade, so where's... So we came in... Well, screw it. I mean, we can't go that way anyway. Look into the next room. Okay, never mind. So the end of the corridor is what he said. So, this is simply irrational, Lady Theodora, says the man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension. His face, half of which covered by sin skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and disbelief. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy. The tall grey-haired woman pins him with her gaze, her cybernetic eye flashing crimson. Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I've described the situation, no worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Aeon the 6th Edelthread? Listen in silence. While you are considering your answer, Edelthread, I wish to speak to someone else. Perhaps I should hear something more interesting than coherent mumbling. Nods in my direction. Come to me. Okay. What is this? Edelthread turns to you and regards you with indignation. Is this someone from your retinue, Theodora? Do you permit your people to interrupt your conversation in such a fashion? I'm gonna bitch slap this guy. I gave that permission to those standing of substance to say. Let us see if it's worth it. This is Hazel Kraise, the second candidate for the title of my successor. The rogue trader regards you with a look of the... Oh, so he's our competition. Step forward. Your character skills reflect their knowledge and capabilities. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests. Okay. Oh, wow. So, Law, Warp, and Xenos. Consider this hypothetical situation. Aeon 6, a new world on the fringes of the Koronus Expanse, high seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects of for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy. But attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished. My question is to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Okay, so the spirits could well be the name for dangerous aliens. Yes, they absolutely could. I would first verify that it is indeed the case of the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Aeon 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psykers to do so, but it will give us the answer. Absolutely. Do that. Thorough but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years, yet you speak of several. Oh, we made the wrong choice. Edelthread looks at you with the warmth of a snake. Sanctioned psykers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you, Hazel Kraise, suggest that we use heretics who are an offence to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do. We are both servants of the God Emperor, and Lady Theodora does. We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? Yeah, fuck that. I find your tone most disagreeable, Ethelred. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or you will live to regret it. Absolutely. Tilsa said, well, I find your company disagreeable. I am yet forced to endure such... Edelthred. I believe I gave you an assignment on the ship. Explain to me, then, why my senior congregator is still dawdling over the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle of the decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview. I beg your forgiveness. Your presence has such profound effect on me that I well forget the time. He bows and fucks off. So, kill him. So, Hazel Kraise, why are you here? I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. Was it not you who sent for me? You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this entity is equally strong to all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, splittery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my invoice came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is that. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor. Yeah. My rights and freedoms vindicated by my most sacred relic, the warrant of trade. A sacred relic document affirms the preeminent rights of the rogue... Oh yeah, fine. Like in Pirates of the Caribbean, the law set down by Bartholomew and whatnot, and they call parlay. It's more like guidelines than actual rules. The warrant of trade. It's my decision alone to determine what fate whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find Therion. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries. It is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Hazel Kraise, are one of those in the von Valancius blood in their veins and rightful claim to the inheritance when the hour comes. I am ready to take on this sacred purpose. Oh, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump and yet have not distinguished yourself in any way. Things are currently stand. I have doubts that you are suitable for the role. Oh, really? Blood right alone is not enough. Your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. Even the responsibilities can at times be challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Voigtveer served me for many years before he made his mistake. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? A piece of technology used to communicate at short distance. Oh, okay. The Fox affects the Theodora's attire suddenly comes to life. but all you hear is unintelligible noise. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the voidship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required. Navigator, someone who's attuned to the warp that can fly through essentially tormented space and get from one place to another. Very highly specialized, yeah, they basically live as part of the ship. An incident took place on the opposite. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Is that so? Perhaps the technomans were careless during maintenance. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed. Grade officer gives the road trader a look of cautious disapproval. Lady Theodora, for the government's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff. Such heresy amuses me. So, the ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks and malfunctioning cogitators and unused compartments to make ignorant folk speak of spectres dwelling inside bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. Yeah, it's possible. Has been known. Surely there are ways I can prove. Where is the ship headed? The Rykad system, domain of the road trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Only 3 road traders exist in the Koronus Expanse, and each of them possess resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valentius in surpassing both of them in influence. Okay. So essentially, we've been hired by this lady who is about to either die or retire, and it's me or that other dickhead that was around earlier that are going to get it. I set the course for Rykard on the demand, and she gives you a stern look, for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet reprise you of your purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. Okay, cool. I have no more questions then. In that case, I shall head to... Awakens once more, this time picking up shouting. Oh shit, something's about to go down. So the Lord Captain freezes, listens to the Voxcast, then nods and draws a weapon. Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at me. It's possible that the chance to prove your worth may yet present itself. Combat. Pirates. Okay, all combatants act in turns and their orders determined by the initiative roll. Usual stuff. I can't move them yet. Start the battle. Yeah, I was going to say, you're melee. What the hell are you doing? Holy moly.
I took care of this one. Brace yourself, Abelard.
Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Yep. Dodged it, bastard. Greatest hit chance to crap character with a decent weapon. Well, if you'd give me one. Okay. Enter. God damn it, he's really getting it.
How do you like this?
Reduced to dust.
Okay, come over here. So, forces and allies to fully push themselves. Okay, fuck it, just shoot him then. Oh, I killed one. Okay, cool. That was a reload.
This'll leave a scar.
Love that. It just turns him into ice. Ash. I bet it's that other dickhead that I'm rival with that caused all this. Take a team with you, clear the path of the transport line, don't let a single horse unsurvive. The rogue trader turns her eyes at you. Didn't bat an eye when the scum burst into the deck. Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panics at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them much more vulnerable to their harsh realities of warp travel. She looks at the box in her hand. All you hear is lifeless static. What's happening? From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who found themselves outside the boundaries of real space. Yeah, but it's a bit weird all at once, really. Castles are not working or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer prime before I can get a sense of what we're up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we can no longer need them. Yeah, well, something fishy is going on, that's why. The incident with the raging servitor may be connected. Yeah. Quite possibly, likely even. We will investigate at a later time. Right now we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation. What are your orders? Morder's gone ahead to clear a path. If you want to make yourself more useful, go after him and see the arch-militant requires aid. And be quick about it. On the way. It's... Okay, so clearly we can't use that lift. Is there anyone else around here, like loot to... Deck Enforcer, Heretic Cutthroats. There he is. God, I love the blood. Jeez. Sigh of relief on seeing you. Thanks, Providence, you're alive and well. Always on time, eh? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it. Pull yourself together. What did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away. Walt puts his foss on the belt and hurriedly reports the situation. Master of Voices, what's happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent, the Voxmaster is not responding, armed assailants have stolen the officer's deck, and my Arc Militant was just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. In this, a severe case of warp madness, or have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report. I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding the Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and they have ceased altogether. Whatever this cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretic gibberish. That's the madmen. We've already reached the officer's deck, suggesting that the outage was planned in advance, perhaps by the organised mutiny. No shit. Mutiny against the Emperor's Anointed. Execute the traitors, every last one of them. Absolutely. First we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator sanctum are secure, and I have the means to do both things at once. Okay, cool. Ethelred, where is he? I bet he's the one involved, man. He's the one that did it. I must know if he's unharmed. A psyker aboard the ship that has potentially been assailed by a warp could pose a great threat to himself and others. Then a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. That's true. Tried to locate him, but last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on the transitional deck 18. Find Ethelred immediately. Sessional locate TS and the Sister of Battle. That's one of our companions. Both are to remain at my side. Arc Militant with me. I must go to the study, and it appears that we might encounter heretics a long way. Hazel Kraise. If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Ethelred back, it could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Arc Militant, and taking into consideration Ethelred's psychic powers... So, Hazel Kraise, find Ethelred and bring him here, whatever state you find him. This elevator, point to the massive doors, that one, I guess, leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers on the bridge. Don't let me down or I require you both. I hear and obey, Lord Captain. Move out. Just me and you, buddy. Are you ready? I'd say 3. It's a long walk and you do not have proper gear. You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk. Nah. I have a proposition. Since I'm the more important person here, you can go in front of me and she'll... Yeah, do that. Certainly, Lady Theodora would be devastated if she was to lose one of her precious heirs, but that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crack, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable... It's him, bastard! Promised you a special destiny. I intend to keep it. Stupid ads. It's bad enough that they increased the ad length and made some unskippable. They're desperate to sell. Yeah, I know they are. And I've turned all the ad settings to minimum as much as I possibly can. Yeah, the only way that I could turn ads off, I think, is if I don't monetize them at all. And even then, I think all that happens is that YouTube shows ads and I don't get paid for it. So it's one or the other. I have no control. Ow.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the warrant chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
Two-faced scum.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself.
Bring it, bitch.
We are in the anteroom of the warrant chamber, this voidship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the sentinel.
So what is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the sentinel? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's choose that one.
On the contrary, the warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
What sorry, pathetic excuse do you even have for your apostasy? You sordid, wretched piece of grok shit. Totally.
Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Heretic.
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Skill tests. One of the available dialogue options requires you to make a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically, you have to decide whether or not to select the option. The consequences will be whatever they are. Okay. The blade flashes in the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous. Your head is spinning. And then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate, go to the gate, go to the gate. Okay, so if you're hearing whispers in your head, the most likely it's chaos and the void. Get out, I'm not your puppet. Get out. Your voices in your head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel this intruding influence forcing you to your feet and making you take a step forward. The gates looming in the center of the chamber. Jesus. I've been puppeted. He needs a chainsaw to the rectum is most certainly. In the gateway arch you see a cogitator with a human likeness built to the front. Oh wow. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. An obedient automaton. So yeah, if you commit murder and get tried for murder in the Warhammer 40K universe, you end up like this. Basically your personality and soul snatched away, and your automated body with very limited mental functions just attached to a machine to do a specific role. This is a servitor. Sentinel turns his head to you, one of his eyes lighting up like two ember. Yeah, whatever. Look for anything that could be used as a weapon. We don't want to do this. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. You search in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and the perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Examine the device. Succeeded. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator, which immediately catches your eye in the strange alloy that it was used as material for the machine's construction. Components, whatever. Some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic. 20 experience. Nice. So the servitor on the gate begins to move. Its lower jaw opens a drawn out shriek. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of the shows up, showing strings of mysterious symbols. Okay. The voices are back in her head. The voices that filled your head after Voitvir wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, the source coiled herself in a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the sentinel. The servitor looked noticeably different from the ones you're used to. Its skin covering it stitched together with copper thread. Oh wow. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of an ordinary automaton's. He must have done something really bad. Place your hand in. Ow. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat. Immediately you hear hummings of the servo motors. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. So the sentinel's jaws remain closed and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Yes I do. You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. It is the sentinel, the cogitator is a figment of your weary mind. Yes I do. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity called in your song does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Ha! Tosser.
Well, there is still another way.
Okay. The enormous gates match the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy, whatever. Okay, so I guess it's forcing me to go that way, huh? Toasty. Yeah, okay. I guess this way is the only way. Jeez, look at the size of the damn thing. Let it be known that my will and the true words of this document. I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them to be a paragon of humanity, unbroken in adversity, to triumph over nightmares untold, to boldly go where no one's gone before. Yeah, that's another servitor.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
It's the Vox Skull. The surface of skulls gradually turned into comprehensible words. I need to contact someone.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
In place of the mechanical screeching, the several skulls Vox projected the head of Theodora. Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I'm trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me, this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. Okay.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
I need a weapon.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Oh, okay. So this is basically the dude that was out there, just now he's out and floating around.
Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. So as the game story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen. Okay.
Mistress? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad is a traitor. When he parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of the plan. He's clearly serving the unholy gods of the warp, absolutely.
Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voidfare, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
Openly admitted he is masterminding. No, we don't want to do it. So it was seen, but he's not here when we have immunity zone. Fine.
Indeed. That is easier said than done, of course. But seeing one of Lady Theodora's heirs alive inspires at least some degree of optimism. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Items received: staff, revolver, sword, armored body glove, medikit. Okay, so this is where all of our items and stuff comes in. Your character to lose some of their wounds. Your character suffered an injury after being attacked. This happens when a character receives damage exceeding 50% of their maximum wounds within one round. The exact percentage of the wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary, yeah, of course. So when a character initially suffers an injury, it's considered fresh during the first 3 rounds. A fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed with medkit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medkit. Oh shit, okay, so if you don't heal your injuries within 3 turns, you have to pass a skill test as well to heal them. Okay. Once combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished, but injuries sustained remain. Medikits can only be used by characters who have the field medic feature. Okay. So we need a healer, basically. It's got new items. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, that works. Can't use that anyway. But he can. But he's got one already, so I'm going to keep it. Yeah, you can change, you can switch between. So if you've got a bunch of different weapons, depending on what the combat is, you can switch between the 2 pairs at any time, free of cost. Throw's Grace, where are you going? Until we bandage your wounds and you take up arms, I, with all due respect to the heir of the Lady Theodora, will not let you out that door. Okay.
What advice do you seek? We are the spearhead of the Imperium. This wound will make a fine scar. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Okay.
But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
I heard one of Theodora's foxcasts.
Lady Theodora's.
Oh,
Which one?
sorry.
The last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
So Theodora's voice comes through. To arms, loyal sons and daughters of God Emperor, fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home. With all your might, destroy those who have dared.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward! Don't you dare to cross us!
So combat begins with a tactical phase, during which you can attack or take other actions, but try and take advantage of positions. Okay. I'm standing in the middle of a bloody room. What the hell do you expect me to do with that? Okay, we will be able to move afterwards, so I guess we move over here. Oh wow. Dead and dead. Missed that one though. Okay.
That's not the Seneschal's job.
So wait, what? So
I will do my duty. Indeed, one fewer target.
so you can have 4 types of sorry, yeah, so there's the 2 types, okay, gotcha.
Victory is imminent.
Okay, brace for impact. What the hell was that? He killed his own man. Screw it. Oh, I missed entirely. Okay. Parried it. Dodged it.
I took care of this one. It will be done. Just a minor setback.
You can shoot your own people, that's mental. 65% to kill. Yep, got him. Nice. Put that on you.
At your beck and one fewer target. It will be done.
I love the fact that he can move and
Reduce to dust.
that's why you do that. I have to say, I'm loving the combat. You can advance the level of your characters. Congratulations. Fine. Okay. Well, let's have a little looky-see, shall we? 1 rank available. Let's do persuasion. Can you change? Oh, okay. So, yeah, you get to choose and then you can confirm it all. Look at all the skills, though. Dang. The officer immediately grants an ally an extra turn with combat points equal to 2 and no movement points. So with that guy, he would have been able to kill both that were standing next to him. Okay, him. Naval officer. And he does toughness. Athletics would be good. This skill is affected by the toughness characteristic. Yep, we'll do that. Good old chainsword. Okay, let's go.
This master-crafted patella ornament is not fit for a servitor.
Here's a map of the void ship. It consists of several parts, which can be quick travel between. Fine. Okay. I think we've had a good good try. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. If the video does well and I get enough likes, I'll do more. But it's up to you guys if you want to see it or not. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much, Defy and Beermet, for popping along as always, boys. I really appreciate it. It'll be a bit lonely doing a stream of my own. It is what it is. So, yeah, again, make sure you hit the like button if you want more. I will see you guys on the next one. My name is Commander Kraise, signing off.